As much as I don't believe in VR and VR headsets, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Apple's VR headsets will sell. But will it be any good? Hi guys, Alina here. Welcome back to Need to Know. I find that Apple, much like Tesla, can pretty much do miracles. The more naysayers there are, the more they score win after win, like with AirPods Max. Nobody was expecting them to drive sales, but they went out of stock pretty much immediately after release. And God, there were even folks willing to pay like $1,000 for a pair on eBay. So now, as much as I don't believe in VR and VR headsets, I must say this: Apple's VR headset will sell. But will it be any good? That's a bit harder to answer. Listen, it's true Apple wants to lure you in and see that cash coming in sooner rather than later. But I think they'll never let that get the better of them, you know? Like skip steps to launch a faulty, shitty device. We'll be able to count on the top-notch VR headset when it comes, probably next year. Name? No idea. They can go with something generic like Apple headset or put that famous eye in play. That's the least important thing, to be honest. Design is gonna count more. Why? Because it will have to pack all the tech needed but still be slicker and less bulky than the models we've seen so far from Oculus, HTC, and the rest of them. I've seen some renders here and there, and they're not very encouraging. So I'm choosing to stick with the facts, like how Apple will use a mesh fabric like the one in the AirPods Max for the front, which is gonna take some weight off. Or how they're ditching the extra space headsets usually have for folks wearing prescription glasses to make them smaller. So wait, does that mean it won't work with prescription glasses? No guys, Apple found a workaround. Seems like they're exploring a way to insert custom prescription lenses in the headset itself. That's quite tricky and could need approvals in some markets, so we'll see how that pans out. We could also see some swappable bands like with Apple Watches, which aren't gonna make a difference in weight or size, but at least I think they are gonna make some models more comfortable than others. That's what I know so far about the design of the VR headset. Oh, one more thing. There's some talk about a fan, which again, might ruin the sleek lines we're expecting from an Apple product. Or not, we'll have to see. As for the tech, brace yourselves. 8K is coming. Twice, meaning the headset will have dual 8K displays for eye tracking. With these babies on, only parts of the graphics will be rendered in high res, the parts you're actively looking at, while the rest will take a step back. That's a smart move. To save some power, you know? But it's not by far Apple's idea. We've seen it before. The Vive Pro had it, if I'm not mistaken. Apple's also throwing in the mix over a dozen cameras and LiDAR for tracking movements, which should make the whole VR/MR experience hella smooth. And if I'm thinking of the experience, especially if we're talking games, you'll need sound, surround sound. So they're gonna borrow the spatial audio tech from AirPods Pro. How about power and battery life? Nothing is set in stone. Again, I'm just working with Apple breadcrumbs here, but we should have an extra headband battery type accessory for juice on the go. I don't know how many of us will carry that along or where we'll put it, but you'll have it anyway. Obviously, to power all this, you need a serious chip. And Apple's not cutting corners anymore. I'd expect something equally powerful or maybe even more than M1. So far, nothing out of the ordinary, right? Pretty much what you'd expect from a giant like Apple. I heard they're doing several tests to see what controller could go with the headset. And guys, they've looked into hand and gaze controllers as well as dials on the headset and a tiny thimble one. Which brings me to the next rumored feature, a way to text by typing up in the air. Cool, right? Especially if it's gonna be enabled by the discreet, almost invisible device on your finger. Although, not sure how much fun we're gonna have outside the office with it, because here's the disappointing news. Apple is not making this for casual consumers, like they've done with AirPods, iPhones, pretty much all of their other devices. With a super steep price, it's gonna go enterprise for sure. How steep? Think $3,000? Yep, loads more than an Oculus, Vive, or PSVR. What are they thinking, right? Well, they're not thinking of selling millions, that's for sure. Apple's plans are more in the hundreds of thousands, to produce and sell, that is. And okay, they're kinda committed. They brought Next VR last year and are considering an app store for the headset, although it's not clear what and how much content we'll get to enjoy. It's the same old problem, guys. There's still not enough, or should I say, not good enough content for VR out there. So why is Apple putting resources in a product that doesn't have much of a future, really? One that's super expensive, can only be targeted at businesses, and that's gonna have limited stock. Well, this time I feel like they're not looking to replicate the iPhone's success for VR. Apple glasses, guys. AR glasses. Thin, stylish, gonna be confused with sunglasses AR glasses. The holy grail of AR right now. But to get that, you need super small, highly efficient components. Plus, a way to leverage AR content, where AR Kit can come in handy and get the market ready. Consumers hooked. Harder to do than say. So, Apple's using this headset to push suppliers, consumers, partners in the right direction. Will it pay off, or will it flop? What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget, subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to see more videos like this. See ya!